The year was 1972. Georgetown, Washington, D.C. was gripped by a chill that ran deeper than the winter air. The streets were cloaked in an eerie fog, and an unsettling silence hung in the air. A young woman named Annalisa Michel had recently passed away. Her story was one that would haunt the town for years to come. Her death was as tragic as it was unsettling. The community gathered to mourn, their faces etched with sorrow and confusion. Annalisa had been the subject of intense religious rituals. These rituals were not of healing, but of exorcism, performed in the hope of saving her soul. These were not rituals of healing, but of exorcism. The priests believed they were battling dark forces that had taken hold of her. For months, Annalisa had been exhibiting bizarre and disturbing behavior. Her actions were inexplicable and terrifying to those around her. Her family, devout Catholics, believed she was possessed by demonic forces. Priests were called in, and the battle for her soul began. They performed a series of exorcisms, hoping to free Annalisa from the grip of evil. The rituals were harrowing, filled with prayers and desperate pleas. Recordings captured Annalisa's tormented voice, speaking in tongues and contorting her body in unnatural ways. The sounds were haunting, a testament to her suffering. The exorcisms continued for nearly a year. Annalisa's condition deteriorated. Each session seemed to drain more of her life force. She refused food and water, claiming the demons inside her forbade it. Her body grew weaker with each passing day. Finally, emaciated and exhausted, Annalisa Michel died. Her body could no longer endure the torment. Her death sent shockwaves through the community and beyond. People were left questioning the nature of her suffering and the power of their beliefs. It became a chilling reminder of the enduring power of belief in the face of the unknown. The story of Annalisa Michel remains a haunting chapter in the history of Georgetown. The belief in possession transcends geographical boundaries and cultural differences, weaving a common thread through the fabric of human experience. From the remote hollers of Appalachia to the bustling streets of Kuala Lumpur, tales of malevolent entities taking over human vessels persist, echoing through generations. In the American South, the legend of the Bell Witch is a prime example of such enduring folklore. This vengeful spirit, said to have tormented a Tennessee family in the early 1800s, is a staple of Southern folklore, capturing imaginations with its eerie tale. The Bell Witch, however, is just one entity in a vast pantheon of possessing spirits worldwide, each with its own unique story and cultural significance. In Malaysia, for instance, schools are often seen as hotbeds of supernatural activity, where the line between the natural and the supernatural blurs. It is not uncommon for outbreaks of what is locally known as mass hysteria to occur among students, creating a palpable sense of fear and mystery. These episodes often involve girls exhibiting trance-like states, screaming and fainting, their faces etched with terror. While Western medicine might attribute these events to stress or anxiety, in Malaysia, they are often interpreted as cases of possession by spirits known as jinn, adding a layer of cultural complexity. These jinn are said to be particularly drawn to young girls, whom they view as vulnerable and easily influenced, making them prime targets for possession. While the stories of possession are often steeped in the supernatural, they are not merely the stuff of legends and ghost tales. Psychologists and other scientists offer alternative explanations for these phenomena, grounded in the study of the human mind and behavior. Dissociative disorders, for instance, can manifest in ways that mimic the outward signs of possession, creating a complex interplay between mental health and perceived supernatural events. These disorders, often triggered by trauma or extreme stress, can cause individuals to experience a disconnect between their thoughts, feelings, and sense of self, leading to profound psychological distress. This disconnect can lead to altered states of consciousness, memory loss, and even changes in behavior and identity, making it difficult for individuals to distinguish between reality and their altered perceptions. Cultural factors also play a significant role in shaping how these experiences are interpreted, influencing the narratives that individuals and communities construct around these events. In societies where belief in spirits and possession is deeply ingrained, individuals experiencing dissociative episodes may be more likely to attribute their symptoms to supernatural forces, rather than seeking medical or psychological help. This is further compounded by the power of suggestion, where the expectations and beliefs of those around them can significantly influence their own perceptions and experiences. When individuals are surrounded by others who believe they are possessed, it can reinforce their own beliefs and exacerbate their symptoms, creating a feedback loop that intensifies the experience. In this way, cultural beliefs and individual psychology can interact in complex ways, creating a fertile ground for the phenomenon of possession to take root and flourish, blurring the lines between mental health and cultural narratives. The phenomenon of mass possession, often attributed to social and cultural factors, continues to baffle and intrigue researchers today. One such incident occurred in 2011 in Chandigarh, India. Over 100 schoolgirls reported experiencing a range of unusual symptoms including fainting, screaming, and convulsions. Parents and teachers were at a loss to explain the bizarre behavior. Some attributed it to food poisoning while others whispered of supernatural forces at play. The incident sparked widespread panic. The school was temporarily shut down, and medical teams were brought in to examine the affected girls. However, despite extensive testing, no medical explanation for the girls' symptoms could be found. The incident eventually subsided, but not before leaving a lingering sense of unease and raising questions about the role of mass psychogenic illness in such situations. Section 5. When belief takes hold, the placebo effect and beyond. The power of belief, particularly in the realm of health and well-being, is a well-documented phenomenon. The placebo effect, for instance, demonstrates how our minds can influence our bodies in powerful ways. Simply believing that we are receiving a beneficial treatment, even if it is inert, can trigger real physiological changes. This same principle applies to the realm of possession. If an individual believes they are possessed, and their cultural context reinforces this belief, it can manifest in very real physical and psychological symptoms. This is not to say that the individuals experiencing these symptoms are faking it, or that their suffering is not real. Rather, it highlights the complex interplay between mind, body, and culture. Our beliefs, particularly those deeply ingrained in our cultural upbringing, can shape our perceptions and experiences in profound ways. Section 6. The line between folklore and reality, a matter of perspective. The question of whether possession is a genuine phenomenon or simply a product of folklore and cultural beliefs is a complex one. There is no easy answer. On the one hand, there is a wealth of anecdotal evidence often passed down through generations that speaks to the reality of possession. These stories, often imbued with cultural significance and spiritual beliefs, serve as cautionary tales, reinforcing societal norms and providing explanations for the unexplainable. On the other hand, science offers alternative explanations for these experiences, attributing them to psychological conditions, social contagion, or even simple misinterpretations of natural phenomena. Ultimately, the question of whether possession is real or not may depend on one's individual worldview and cultural background. For some, the belief in possession is an integral part of their faith and cultural identity, providing comfort, meaning, and a sense of order in a chaotic world. Section 7. The enduring allure of possession stories. Despite attempts to rationalize or debunk them, stories of possession continue to captivate our collective imagination. Why are we so drawn to these tales of the supernatural, these stories of our bodies and minds being hijacked by forces beyond our control? Perhaps it is the thrill of the unknown, the primal fear of something lurking in the shadows that keeps us hooked. Or maybe it is the way these stories tap into our deepest anxieties about identity, control, and the fragility of the human psyche. Whatever the reason, possession stories serve as a potent reminder of the enduring power of belief and the mysteries that still lie beyond the realm of scientific understanding. These stories force us to confront the limits of our knowledge and the possibility that there are forces at work in the universe that we may never fully comprehend. Section 8. Separating fact from fiction. The importance of critical thinking. While it is important to approach these stories with an open mind, it is equally crucial to engage in critical thinking. Blindly accepting every tale of possession as factual can be dangerous. It can lead to misdiagnoses, unnecessary fear and paranoia, and even harm to individuals who are already vulnerable. Therefore, it is essential to approach these stories with a healthy dose of skepticism. Question the sources, consider alternative explanations, and be wary of sensationalized accounts that prey on our fears and superstitions. By engaging in critical thinking, we can appreciate the cultural significance of possession stories while also grounding ourselves in a reality informed by reason and evidence-based knowledge. Section 9. Conclusion: Possession, a cultural enigma. The phenomenon of possession, with its blend of folklore, psychology, and cultural beliefs, continues to fascinate and mystify us. Whether viewed as a genuine spiritual encounter, a manifestation of psychological distress, or a product of cultural imagination, possession stories offer a glimpse into the depths of the human psyche and the enduring power of belief. While science may offer plausible explanations for some aspects of possession, there remain elements of this phenomenon that defy easy categorization, leaving us to grapple with the unsettling possibility that some mysteries may forever remain unsolved.